Hi there, this is Shelby Fogel and this is my presentation video for week 3. So this week we did our visual design. So as of right now we're right on schedule with our design process. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First thing we'll see is our style guide. We have basic information about the logo and what colors it's made of. Then we have all 4 of the colors that will be on the website. We've got the blue and the yellow, and then red will be used for when there's an error for something, and the slightly off black will be used for the font for tables and different things like that. For our typography, we'll be using a sans serif, basic sizing for page headers and paragraphs. We have a very subtle background pattern that we'll use to fill in any of the blank space in the user's background. Moving on through our style guide, next we have our interactables. For interactables, we have different things like input boxes, links, buttons, drop-down menus, checkboxes. That's about it on the website. So if we take a look, things will turn blue if they're selected. If there's an error for input, it'll highlight in red and say what the error is next to it. Links will, when you hover over them, highlight blue and underline themselves, and visited links will be an off black, the same color as the table fonts that we're using. And buttons will be the standard blue and a little darker when you hover over them. And then you have your drop-down menu, which will turn blue over anything you hover, and your basic checkbox, which just uses the blue to continue the visual style. So let's go ahead and move on to the design now. As I've said previously, we're going for very simple and easy to use. So if we go to our login page, it's just the same as you saw in the wireframe, but now we've got colors added, and there will be hover effects for when you hover over buttons and links and so on. Same basic idea for that forgotten password page. And then on the home page, we now have some icons to give the user an idea of what they're clicking on and just make it a little more fun to look at and friendly. And let's say they click on their timesheet. This is what it'll look like now. Every other row will be highlighted with a slightly gray color just to distinguish between the rows. If we move down, here's a good example of that. And if we move on to our tasks, it's all basically the same idea with displaying our rows and alternating between them. And if you add a task, it'll create a blank spot for you to type in. And then we have our forms, which is really very much the same page because there's not much to that page. I may look into adding some icons or something for forms, but I'm not sure yet. Next we have our basic form entry, and then what it would look like if you looked up form entries, and that's it. So basically the idea is to keep everything simple and clean and easy to read. I want users to be able to look at it and immediately know what to do and not have any extra words or pictures or anything to distract them. Since this is very business oriented, I want to keep it just focused on what it's meant to do. Thanks for watching.